In this video, we are going to walk through the default settings that get loaded when you access run mode for the first time on the Force 1.0. So as you see here, I am in run mode, and by default, you'll notice that permanent blackout has been enabled. The reason for this is we want to prevent any lighting fixtures from being immediately activated upon entry into run mode. Out of the primary performance mode selections here, we have max mode enabled by default. Now, if you look at the screen here, there are two lines of yellow text. The bottom line indicates what primary audio conditioning block has been selected by default. You'll notice it says bass in plus peak detect. This essentially means the primary bandpass filter centered around 120 Hz has been selected, corresponding to bass in, and that output is fed into a pulse detection audio conditioning block as well. Now, on top of that line of text, it indicates whether a boost and compression block has been activated or not. This boost and compression block essentially implements 40 decibels of gain boost plus 20 dB of potential compression. That essentially implements a subtle automatic gain control function. Now, by default, this is on, as noted to the right there. Some other default settings worthy of noting here. In vertical text, it says DMX in. Above that, it says no. This simply indicates whether or not a valid DMX512A signal is being received at the DMX in XLR port in the back panel of the Force 1.0. What I want to point out here is above that, you'll see a blank area. When the DMX input terminator has been enabled, a 120 ohm termination resistor will be switched into place at the DMX in receiver. However, by default, that is turned off. If it was turned on, it would be indicated in text right above this vertical text right here. In relation to this, you'll see vertical text on the other side of the screen that says DMX repeater. Now, by default, that is off. However, it is important to note that even if that was selected to be on, unless a valid DMX512A input signal is being received at the back end here via the XLR DMX in port, this will always be set to off. You must have a valid DMX512A input signal being received in order to turn on the DMX repeater function. However, by default, the DMX repeater function is also turned off. Now, if we go into the fixture group override soft button, you'll notice all 6 fixture groups are defaulted to on. Any of the wash mode capability that can be turned on or off per fixture group is defaulted to off. If we go over one page here, you'll also note that none of the 6 fixture groups are assigned to any attribute bank overrides. If we turn to the main menu and we go into the color override soft button, you'll notice that none of the attribute banks have been selected to activate a particular color theme. All of those have been deselected, which means the internal effects engine will be responsible for all color mixing decision-making processes. Okay, that essentially walks through all of the default settings that are loaded when you access run mode for the first time.